Punta Gorda Police and Sheriff said you don't need a gun. They'll protect you. I don't believe it.
What's your political alignment?
My political thing is sarcasm. You do need a gun.
No, I mean like what? Like are you a libertarian?
I am a libertarian.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
right.
yes. So yes, this is all sarcasm. That the police and the sheriff, keep saying, and the president keeps saying you don't need a gun, but you do need a gun.
Yeah.
That is absolute bullshit. Yes, you're the first line of defense. They can't beat a bullet, can they?
Right? No.
Absolutely not. So you're libertarian too?
No. I'm socialist.
Okay, there you go. All right, but the sad part was socialism. If they take the guns, how do you protect yourself from the government?
Well, socialism isn't necessarily against guns.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which socialist country has guns?
No, I'm not talking about socialist country.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, well, first of all, Venezuela does have guns. It's like that's why they can prevent the assassination of the president.
Ooh, very good. Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah. See, North Korea also has a lot of weapons. Yeah, and then to protect themselves.
But the people don't. Did you know in China it's so bad they literally register knives because they ban guns and now everybody kills each other with knives there?
Well, I don't know because I haven't been to China, but it's like I wouldn't trust any Western propaganda on China.
Right.
Yeah, or on some other countries for that matter.
Right. Is there anything that's true on Twitter?
What do you mean, sir?
Twitter's doing a lot of stories on China right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's true or not really?
Like what? Like the Xinjiang?
They're building shit construction. They're about ready to crash. They don't have enough work for the workers.
That's Western propaganda.
All right, so China is doing really good right now?
China has the top 5 banks in the world.
Okay, so
in fact, the first U.S. bank is actually number 6.
So we should all be like China? Which country should we emulate?
Cuba, I would say.
Okay, Cuba, then everything's fair. We can have some nice 1950 cars and all that.
No, then we can have, housing for the homeless.
Right.
Good medical care.
Right.
That's because remember during the pandemic, then they sent their doctors to Italy.
Right. And they saved a bunch of people.
Yeah, they did.
Right.
Yeah.
On Twitter, they're saying that the shot is actually messing a lot of people up with like heart conditions and clots. You didn't hear about that?
No, I heard about the clots. Yeah, and I'm not.
Is
sure
that propaganda again, or?
No, I'm not sure if they have to do with previous health conditions or like I'm vaccinated, but I only got like the first 2 or 3 or so.
Okay, all right.
I didn't get the most recent one.
So you haven't got the 10th one. I think they're on the 10th one. I think.
No, it's like that's for making money. I think it's like during the height of the pandemic then.
Right.
Then there was a big chance that you could get sick. And then that it was advisable to have the vaccine. But on the 10th one, that's just making money.
Right.
Yeah, for the pharmaceutical companies and all that.
So who do you think would be a good president for America then? Bernie?
No.
No Bernie? Okay, which one?
Bernie. No. Probably. Well, actually, the Libertarian candidate. It's like there's a lot of points of agreement there.
Right.
But I would say I think the Socialist candidate is not. It's like also a dead end, like
right.
Claudia de la Cruz.
Okay.
And there's another one. It's like because I don't believe in abolishing the police. It's like I believe in. Yeah, it's like because then.
Well, what about this? I know we need the police, but do you think we should have a police state where everything's illegal?
No, I don't. No, of course not.
Okay, because we can have the most amount of people in jail and prison than the whole rest of the world, right?
2 million people.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
More than China.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Not weird because it's actually a slave society. It's like because like everything.
So we never got out of slavery after we freed the blacks, basically.
Yeah, exactly. The roads. It's like they're maintained. It's like by prison labor.
Yes, they are. That's true.
It's like furniture is made by.
Yes, it is. That's true. Mm-hmm. So it's free workers, basically.
Free workers.
So when they need more workers, just free them. Or arrest them, whichever.
Well, I mean that's what's happening now. It's like I think there's the Supreme Court is about to criminalize homelessness. So it's like it's
no shit. What's that? What bill is that one?
I'm not sure what the bill is, but then you won't be able to. There's like basically a countrywide ordinance it's in a town right now. It's a city, but then if the Supreme Court decides on it, then it's for the
right.
country. So then you can't use a blanket or a cardboard box.
Oh
to
my
cover yourself.
God.
Yeah. So I figured.
I heard they're trying to ban it in Florida too, right? Homelessness?
No, they already have. In Orlando, it's like if you set up your tent, and
Right.
then if someone has to walk around it to
Right.
avoid you, then you can get arrested.
Oh my God.
So it's yeah.
Right.
And now the number of homeless people is like what 600,000 in some cities. It's
And do you know what's sad? Do you know who's making the money of the homeless here?
oh who?
The police arresting people for
Oh
everything.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, everything's illegal. I mean, everybody walking by is breaking the law. That's pretty messed up, man. Very, very messed up, actually.
Yeah, it's like.
Why, you're handing out flyers?
Well, the ordinance. It's like I'm actually handing it to someone else. But,
Right.
Oh man, I should have brought the burning spear. But.
Right. Do you got a business? You got a card or anything?
No. It's like I have.
Okay, so how do I look you up? You're on Facebook, internet, what?
No, I mean, let's see, I'm part of the Uhuru movement, so.
Oh, that's in Tampa. My friend knows about that. Yeah.
And so yeah.
So you already know all their offices got raided, right? That's
Yes.
a bunch of shit.
Yes, that was. Yeah. Okay, so you disagree with the raid that's like on the Uhuru offices.
Right.
And then the home, it's like of the chairman of the movement.
Right.
Who is, it's like all the things that's like that, that like the chairman is accused for is for publishing articles,
Right.
giving speeches, so
Right.
basically speech. So then this case is super important because if the Uhuru 3, it's like lose it,
Yep.
then that's the end of free speech for everyone. It
Wow.
doesn't matter if you are white.
That's
or black.
right. That's a slippery slope, right? You ban it for one and it can go to all, right?
You won't be able to put. It's like you could probably you would probably be like arrested and in prison for holding your signs like this age.
Well, you know what's funny? You say that. They banned free speech here. Did you know that?
In here.
Yeah, in Punta Gorda.
Oh, okay.
So
What was the law?
Yeah, so I had to sue them in state court, federal court. We won. They got rid of the law. But because I won,
Yeah.
you're right. They put me in speech in jail for free speech on a sidewalk. What's up with that?
Wait, hold on. They jailed you or?
Yeah, oh, they jailed me for free speech on a sidewalk. Honest to God, just because I won 2 lawsuits against them.
Wow.
Is that pretty messed up?
Wait, they jailed you on the sidewalk or they put you in jail? So.
Well, I was on a sidewalk and then they jailed me after that. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, they said I hurt somebody's feelings.
Okay. Wow. In Punta Gorda.
Yeah, in Punta Gorda, man. Look it up.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, if you get bored, look up Andrew Sheets, City of Punta Gorda. You'll see it's this place is this place is not for freedom.
Well, I know that.
Yeah, this place is really against
I
freedom.
was actually surprised. It's like that there was someone protesting on the. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they try to get rid of anybody here that well, unless you're for abortion, then they'll totally support you because they love to kill Biden Democrats.
Yeah.
It's
If
crazy,
you're-
man.
If you're for abortion and if you're for LGBT imperialism,
Right.
for bombing in the Middle East, then
Well, not only that, when BLM was protesting here, both the Punta Gorda police and the sheriff walked with them and kneeled with them.
yeah, but this BLM is an op. It's like the real. It's like black.
It's a black op.
Yeah.
Kind of like January 6th. There was a lot of FBI people involved with that.
Yeah, and it's like it was very convenient.
Yes, yes, it was.
Yeah. And
yes,
it's like suddenly it's like all this panic about insurrection.
that's correct.
Yeah. It's like and then.
And what's
like,
crazy, they didn't burn anything down like BLM did.
Well, yeah, no, I think BLM is an op also because let's see, like there was an incident in 1996. It's like when the Uhuru House was attacked again.
No
And then-
shit.
Yeah, it was the city of St. Petersburg. They emptied all of the tear gas into the Uhuru House. It was set
Oh
on
my
fire.
God, did not know that.
And then the black community defended.
Right.
Yeah, defended the Uhuru House. It's like threw rocks at the police and everything.
Right.
And then but the movement itself, it's not like advocating a physical response necessarily,
Right.
but it's like then the people are just want to defend. It's like the institutions that the Uhuru movement had built because
Correct.
it includes a community garden,
Correct.
a kitchen, rental space, just a lot of basketball court.
Right.
It's like when before, it's like then black kids were playing in basketball in the street. So
Right.
now they have their own basketball court.
Right.
Yeah, this is in North St. Louis, and then in St. Petersburg, then there's Uhuru Foods and Pies. So then we can because rather than getting because it's like when you get like chocolate and even cookies and everything like that.
Right.
It's all that money is going to white businesses.
Right.
But then there's black businesses. It's like they make their own
Right.
like pies and stuff. It's like and with then it goes back into the black community, and then so because it's like it's been 600 years of slavery and colonialism.
Correct.
So then there has to be, it's like reparations. All white people owe reparations.
Right. I was just going to say that's on your bag. So we should do the reparations here in Florida. You heard they did a lot of bad stuff to black people here, right?
Oh yeah, no, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah. There's a lot of
Yeah.
KKK people here.
Whole towns burned down. It's like
Oh, yeah.
sundown towns. It's like that. Black people can't be out before.
Right.
Can't be out after a certain
Yep.
period of time. Yeah, yeah.
Very, very sad. By the way, my dad was. I know this is a joke. Like my dad was from Whitestown, Indiana. Do you know why they call it Whitestown?
Because it's all white.
That's correct. Very good. They were highly KKK.
Oh wow, in Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana, Whitestown, Indiana, highly KKK.
Oh wow.
Very crazy, man.
Yeah.
So you don't. So what? Do I go to a website? You get a card? Anything? Nothing.
Well, see, if you're white, it's like, and you want to join, it's like the anti-colonial struggle. Then
Right.
UhuSolidarity.org. And
All right.
You can either pay reparations or, which is voluntary, by the way.
Right.
It's like it's not forced, but yeah, and it's like, or you can become a member of the Uhu Solidarity movement.
Right.
Because the only way to achieve genuine liberation is under the black leadership of the African working class.
Right. Do you know in Tampa? Do you know the guy that ran for sheriff, James McLinnis?
No.
He was trying to help the woohoos out, and
Oh, really?
yeah.
I
And
know
he was a white guy.
Oh, okay.
I feel like they're treating me like a black man from the '60s. Can I join under that if I feel like it?
No. If you're white, then you have to join in the solidarity.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, then I gotta pay. All right.
Well, no, I mean you have to pay. It's like if you join, it's like the mass organizations, like the Black is Back Coalition. Every of the one of the organizations has membership fees. So
Right. Okay. Got it.
It's and then it's like it's not like the fees are like more. It's like in the solidarity movement. It's like
Right.
it's the same like.
Yes, I've heard of the Moors. They
$10,000
consider them sovereign citizens or something like that, right?
Sorry, who?
I read about that. They consider the black Moors sovereign citizens.
the
The
Black
police
Moors.
do, right?
Yeah, those are different. That's a different, I guess, organization.
Okay, that's a good one or a bad one?
I don't know. I haven't really heard much about the Black Moors, but they're separate from the Uhuru movement and the African People's Socialist Party.
Right.
Which the theory is that all black people are everywhere in the world are colonized.
Right.
And then have to get free by controlling their own resources by like the resources of Africa.
Yeah, Africa, the black people are taking it back from the white farmers, right?
Yeah, but
That's what I heard
I'm
on
not
Twitter.
Sure if it's in, I'm not sure if that's like an individual, like if those are individual black people, or it's like because like what the Uhuru movement does, it builds. It builds
Right.
It builds genuine economic development, and then it demands it's like reparations. It's like this.
Right.
The World Tribunal on Reparations for African People. That was 1982 in
Right.
Brooklyn, New York, and then it was there it was decided that Africans are owed reparations.
Right.
It's like, and that doesn't matter if you're from the Bahamas or you're from the U.S. or from another part
Right.
of the world. Yeah. And,
Now, I heard there used to be Irish slaves here that were white. I mean, do they get anything?
that's the thing. It's like the Irish, they became white a few generations ago, so they weren't white before, but then they became white.
Really?
But black people can never be white because blackness is defined against whiteness, and vice versa.
Right.
So there used to be no white people.
Right.
Because white people is a political formation. It was formed. White people were created
Right.
when Portugal attacked Africa.
Right.
And then that began where that was the beginning of black people and white people.
Right.
And then so it's about it's the colonial mode of production. So it's like even if like the Irish, it's like they were oppressed in factories and everything,
Right.
but it was black people who were like picking the cotton.
That's
like
true.
That started the Industrial Revolution and everything.
Right.
And so the whole basis of that is colonialism.
Right.
You get rid of colonialism, then you get rid of the police state.
Well, that's what I just read on Twitter, that the problem in the world is white people. Is that true?
No. The problem in the world is the parasitic attachment of Europe and America to
Right.
Africa. Like France, it's like without the uranium from Niger, then it wouldn't be able to have lights on. So
Interesting.
Then, yeah. So our cell phones, it's like are made of coltan from the Congo.
Yes,
And
I have seen that. It's brutal.
It is brutal.
Brutal,
it's
man.
Like a genocide going on in the
That
Congo
is
right now.
correct.
And then that's to control the resources. So Africans all over the world, both in the continent of Africa
Right.
and everywhere else, have to have control of their own resources.
Right.
And then that is the only way where there can be it's like so-called
Equalness?
white people and black people can be on equal
Right.
terms. It's like it can't be integration. It can't be because if you integrate, then that means you have to join the military-industrial complex, the
Right.
police state. It's like to maintain that system. But
That's correct.
So the whole system has to come down. It's like but once again, it's like the emphasis is on building,
Right.
building institutions.
What do you think about the white Jews killing all the people in Gaza right now? Okay, so that's bad? So that's messy, right?
Which side are you on that?
It's all a mess, man.
It's all a mess. Yeah.
It's all a mess, yeah.
Like it's like
And-
obviously
because the people from Gaza are of color, right?
they are. Yeah, they're brown technically. Yeah.
Yeah, so
And then,
so then
and
the
they're Arab.
white Jews are being racist then?
It's Jewish people used to not be white also.
Interesting.
But then they became white like when they moved to Palestine and they took that land for themselves. Yeah. And then they joined that system of oppression
Right.
that they had been oppressed in Europe
Right.
for a long time. It's like but then they joined the system. So then they have to be treated as white people and they owe reparations.
Right.
And then it's like there is no two-state solution. It's like
Right.
the Palestinians have to decide whether Jewish people can remain in Palestine
Right.
when liberation is won.
Okay, so then the Jews should leave then to make it right, or?
They don't have to leave, but then they have to rebuild. And then, but
Right.
it's like if the Palestinians are upset, it's like are so upset. It's like the Jewish people then, and they kick them out. It's like then no one can really dispute that because it's like there's been 30,000 people killed. It's like in this year alone. which
That's
is
correct.
insane.
Yes.
And then so
And the people from Gaza didn't kill that many Jews when they invaded, right? I think they only got 1,000. I think, right?
what do you mean?
When Hamas or the people from Gaza, I don't know which one it is. When they invaded Israel, they didn't kill 30,000. Like that's how many people.
No, first of all, it's like they didn't invade Israel. They were in Gaza. It's like they were trapped by the.
Okay.
They were trapped by the fence.
Right.
It's like, and then because the Gaza's the biggest open air prison in the world.
Right.
And then so they couldn't leave. So then basically what happened on October 7th was a jailbreak.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes. Yeah. Because they're basically in jail, and then
Right.
so they broke out of jail. It's like, and then so they didn't actually kill all 1,000 Israelis. It's like they did.
Right. Yeah, there's a bunch of people from all over the world at the concert. That's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, or no, it's like there was some of the Israelis who were killed. It's like were killed by the IDF. So.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So they're trying to make it look worse than it was.
Yes.
Wow, that's dirty, man.
Yeah, and it's
A Jew would do that?
yes, they don't.
So the Jews really are dirty.
Well, there's some. It's like, and then a lot of them. It's like who are not religious.
Right.
They don't believe in God and everything.
Right.
Then they don't care about breaking their own commandments.
Right.
And then they don't care about like not killing or not stealing. It's like that's why they feel like they can do anything they want.
And they're supposedly the chosen one, right?
The chosen one, yeah.
Yep.
It's like that's also a dangerous ideology. It's like that one. it's like the chosen people. It's like it's the idea of like the master race and everything.
Right.
And then so that's not good. But it's like it's not. It's
There it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, they like to smoke me out.
yeah. I'm sorry. There's Zionist Jews,
Right.
people, and they want to stay in occupied. They want to continue to occupy Palestine,
Right.
and to kill the Palestinians. It's like, and then there is, and then there's anti-Zionist Jewish people, and those are the ones who are getting it's bad when the NYPD.
Okay.
As they protest, it's like
Right.
so, and there's actually some anti-Zionist Jewish people in America.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. Did not know that.
That's the one who's one of the illegal three who's under indictment is Jesse Neville. He's Jewish.
Right.
Like he's anti-Zionist.
Right.
He's anti-colonial and everything like that. And that
Interesting.
He believes in the genuine. It's like liberation for black and oppressed people. And when black and oppressed people are free, then it's like white people, they don't have to worry about white guilt anymore because
Right.
because then the damage will be repaired.
Right.
And then it's still still in the process of being repaired. It's like
Right.
if you go to North St. Louis, it's like it was transformed. It's like from dilapidated. It's like falling apart houses. It's
Right.
Like, it looked like any place in the Middle East, like bombed out, everything.
Wow.
And then,
That's
now,
sad.
Yeah. But
So
now
they were
it's like-
treating them like Gazans.
Absolutely. Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yes. So
Very sad.
Yes, it's like black people in the U.S. Even though it's like there's the American citizenship
Right.
and everything, it's like black people are really treated like.
So slavery never
foreigners.
ended in a way.
Slavery never ended. First it
Wow.
was first it was the slavery,
Right.
and then and this it's like slavery and colonialism, and then there was the or direct colonialism, and then there was the convict leasing in the U.S.
Right.
So
That's correct. I know about that.
In Alabama, they did that.
That's right. Yes, they freed the slaves, put them right back into jail, and sold them as a worker.
Yes, exactly.
Disgusting.
Yeah, no, it's disgusting. Yeah, the motto for that was one dies, get another.
Right.
It's like during the convict leasing, and then there was the Jim Crow laws, and then finally, and then there was the civil rights movement and the Black Power movement. So then
Can I interrupt a second?
Yeah.
Do you know when when we got qualified immunity for the police, the judges, and the prosecutors? Do you know when that happened?
I don't know what the year was. I should.
During the 60s, when they were doing all that crap to black people, because the black people before that were suing them and winning.
Yes.
Is that sad? So here they cut off their right again, correct?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, they.
Very sad.
The legal avenues. They cut off any like political candidates that black people could actually vote for because when they killed when the U.S. government killed
Martin Luther King
and Malcolm X.
That's correct.
And so then black people can't vote for anyone anymore.
Right.
And then black people were given the right to vote in 1965.
Right.
But then there's no one to vote for that will do anything for the black community. There's just the neo-colonial puppets like Eric Adams and that guy in Atlanta, the mayor of Atlanta.
Right.
It's like Kamala Harris and what's his face, Lloyd Austin and.
Do you know the other way that they took black people's rights to vote? Everything's a felony now.
Oh yeah.
Everything's a felony. That's how you stop the black person from voting, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's racism again, right?
Well, colonialism.
Right.
Because racism, then it's like, how do you know you've won against racism? It's like the chairman talks about this all the time. It's like, because then you can say, okay, the white people have unlearned their racism, but then the system continues.
Right.
The system of basically white wealth at the expense of Africa and then Africans all over the world. And then because even if an African American, it's like it's like has U.S. citizenship and everything, but then African Americans arrived in the U.S. as Africans, and so when did they become Americans?
That's a good point.
So it's like
that's a good point.
Yeah, it's like so that like the enemies of like the rural movement will say it's like black separatists, blah blah
blah.
But it's like the but then like it's with the indigenous people. They're technically sovereign people. They're not citizens of the U.S. They're sovereign nations.
Right.
And then because the U.S. it's like will never meet the needs of black people.
Right.
And then it's like no matter how many it's like black really rich rappers or something.
Right.
Or basketball players. It's like they're
That's not enough reparations?
no, because then that doesn't uplift the African
The people
working
that
class.
aren't, okay,
The
working class,
sanitation
correct.
workers,
Right.
It's like the ones who build the roads. It's like the fast food workers.
Right. I saw on Twitter that there's still black slavery in Africa, though. What do you do with the people, black people selling black people for slavery? Is that right?
Yeah, that's neocolonialism. So in the
If a black person does it?
yes, in the 1880s, then there was the Berlin Conference, and then that divided all of Africa. It's like up amongst Europe. So then there was direct colonialism.
Right.
But then when those states that were basically former European colonies
Right.
became independent, then they had leaders that were that wanted to continue the European system. So it's
Right.
so they're basically the middle management for the
Wow.
European powers. Yeah.
Very
So-
sad.
yeah. And then the ones that are exceptions are like Burkina Faso, like Thomas Sankara in the 1980s.
Right.
And then he renamed the colony, which was like it had a French name. It's like into Burkina Faso, meaning the land of upright men. And then,
Interesting.
And then there, it's like he built the state, and it was an African state.
Right.
And it was a independent African state. But then, of course, then the neocolonialists
Right.
cooperated with the Europeans. It's like and then then assassinated them.
Right.
And then so it's like whenever a pro-independence leader is assassinated, then a neocolonial puppet will be pulled.
You got the joke, man. Thank you. You got the joke. You need to protect yourself.
Oh, I do.
Very good. All right.
Yeah.
So why? So do you live here? Or you're visiting, or what?
No, yeah, I'm local.
Okay, you are. Did you ever think of coming out and do a sign too? Did you know you can get these made for only $25?
It's like I go to sort of people who are kind of open to rather than trying to get the most people, because I think it's like if, like in Tampa, it's like where there's more people in the Hulu.
Yeah, Tampa's got a big group.
Yeah,
you are
yeah.
correct.
It's like I'd be more comfortable with joining like the demonstrations and everything. But here, I'm just talking to basically anyone who will listen.
Right.
Try and.
What about the NAACP? Is that a good group here,
oh my God,
or it's a
no.
joke?
It's a joke. They've
Oh,
never done anything
man.
for
So
the
it's fake.
actual working class. It's fake. It's fake. And
Wow.
then it's faker than Rachel Dolezal.
Right? Yeah, I went there once and they banned me because they said I was filming inside their public meeting, which was stupid. Wow.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, very, very stupid.
Yeah.
By the way, did you know that you haven't been here for a while? 8 years ago at the Charlotte County Prison, there was 3 white racist guards that killed a black guy.
Yeah, they took out his eye.
They actually crushed his throat.
Oh
He's
my
dead.
gosh.
He's dead. And the state attorney of Meyer Fox wouldn't let the grand jury convict him. And we just tried to reopen that case,
Yeah.
and the judge said no.
Oh my God.
Yes,
Wow.
that is correct.
Okay.
So you can be a white racist at the prison and kill people, and everything's fine, and get your job back. Is
Yeah.
that right, or that's wrong?
Absolutely is wrong.
Absolutely
It's
wrong.
like, yeah. It's like, and then that's the thing. It's like, obviously, black people aren't the only people in prison. So then white people
That's
get
true.
abused in prison also.
Right.
And then because it's it's a colonial system. It's like it's like the Europeans and Americans, they do sit at the top.
Right.
But it's like they it's like they can get caught up in it's like the system that is primarily oppressing black people and indigenous people.
Right.
But then they can get affected too. It's like and then it's bad. Yeah.
Did you know at the train station here they still have a door that says blacks only?
Yes.
Or
the
whites
depot,
only, something
the
like that.
depot train.
Yeah, the depot, yeah. So yeah, this place used to be really racist. I still think racist. That's why you hardly see any black people here, because I'm not sure if they allow them.
No,
There
are
is a
some,
couple?
but it's like there can't be too too many. Like, it's
Oh, that's what it is. So you got to keep the number down.
yeah, it's like because it's like I think like if I'm like with a white person or like if I'm next to a white person,
Right.
then I'm not read as black, I guess.
Right.
It's like, but then it's like as mulatto.
Right.
But then when it's like if I'm next to a darker black person,
Right.
then it's like all of a sudden it's a problem. It's like so there can't really be a gathering of more than.
Oh my God! You know what my customer is telling me that if you're black while driving here, you're probably going to get pulled over. Is that sad?
Oh yeah. It's a colonial system. So
Right.
then it's like it's really as if like black neighborhoods are basically like different countries that are
Right.
under occupation, like under
Right.
military occupation.
Right.
So the Uhuru movement sees the police and the military. It's basically one and the same.
Right.
But then
Yes, it is, and they're not supposed to be.
They're not supposed to.
That's correct.
Sometimes they will try to, or they'll try to make it seem like that there's some conflict. Like it's like there was like U.S. Like a Navy, a former Navy guy. It's like and that he wasn't white. It's like and then he was the police kneeled on his neck.
Oh wow, no kidding.
And then and asphyxiated him. And
Yes.
then so it seems like is there like a beef between the police and the military? But then they perform basically the same function. The U.S. military performs the same function that the police do
Right.
in black neighborhoods and indigenous communities. Indigenous reservations are basically like concentration camps because
Right.
it's like you see black people walking around sometimes, but you never see indigenous people walking around because this is their land.
Right.
It's like, and then it's like obviously the movement supports land back. It's like it doesn't mean you'll give up your house,
Right.
but it means that the federal land that is owned by the U.S. government has to go back to the indigenous people.
Right.
So it's like no more national parks, no more Mount Rushmore, whatever.
Right.
And then
Should we give the land back to the Indians too?
that's why. Oh wait, yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay. All right.
But
Yeah.
not your house. It's like
Okay,
you're not
all right.
going to be evicted from your house. You can
Right.
stay in your house.
Right.
But the land itself, like this is Seminole land, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
And then because they can say, oh yeah, it's like they're fine because they have casinos. But then the Lakota people of the Black Hills in North Dakota,
Right.
it's like will not ever sell their land because they know if they sell the land, they will not get it back. So then that's why they keep
wow.
on fighting for it.
Right.
And that's why Leonard Peltier is still in prison. It's like after.
Yep, I know about that one.
And
Yep.
then, yeah, he's going blind. He needs glasses and all that.
Right.
He's very, very sick. But
So you have the right to defend yourself from a dirty cop, right?
yeah.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, in fact, if you don't, then you're kind of like acquiescing. It's like, okay. You're
Like a slave. That's
Yes,
right.
yes,
Very
yes.
true.
It's like,
So
okay.
instead of whipping you now and letting the dog eat you, they shoot you, tase you, beat you.
Exactly.
Actually, they still let the dog eat you, right?
Yeah, they
It's
do,
sad.
They do. Sometimes they do, yeah.
Yes.
It's,
kind of feel like Germany again. My God.
Germany was inspired by the U.S.
Right. I know the Nazi history. You're right. They took a lot of the stuff we did and did it over there
Yeah.
and put it on steroids. You are correct.
Yeah, exactly. And
But they almost got rid of the Jews.
they did, but the Jewish people were their second target. Before that, in 1904 or something, it's like then they not 1904. I don't know if they were the Nazis yet, but then they're basically the German government.
Yep.
It's like exterminated the entire population of the Herero and the people in Namibia, in Southwest Africa.
Did not know that.
And yeah, and so then
Wow.
so then basically whatever the colonial state does to black and indigenous people,
Right.
At the start, they will eventually do to white people because that's what fascism is. It's
Right.
colonialism turned inwards.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not good.
Yeah. And
Wow.
Then, which is why it's like then during the World War II, which is actually called the Second Imperialist War.
Right. You need a gun.
Yeah, which is called the Second Imperialist War, is the white or then the Nazis. It's like were basically attacking white people. They're slaughtering white people.
That's correct.
And it's like, yes, it's like it was, because they were communists and anarchists. It's like, but then, yeah, that's just colonialism turned inwards.
Right.
It's just really an excuse to, it's like to control the population, to control territory, and so on and so forth.
Right.
And then, to control the resources. And then, so then the UN came out of that. It's like, so then it was ordered, not the UN, whatever agreement that the European countries made between each other. Okay, we will not kill each other anymore. Mm-hmm. It's like, and then we will work together to now
enslave the whole world?
Yes, exactly.
That's sad.
Yeah, and that's why it's like when the Soviet Union rose,
right.
and that was a basically a blockage to that.
Right.
And then it's like even obviously there were problems of the Soviet Union, and it's like they were not actually. It's like the Uru movement understands that it wasn't socialism because then the black people are still not free.
Right.
So then but it was just the socialist government was in power.
Right.
And then.
So do you think it's good California's going to finally start giving reparations to black people then?
I think it's a start, but it has to be more because it can't be just states. It's also individual white people. It's like, and that they don't have to give their entire life savings, but just it's like even just $5 just to show a stand. It's like that.
Right.
It's like that you are against the colonial government and that you stand for the black people's right to be free and independent.
Right.
And that means including having an independent black economy.
Right.
And so the money can start to circulate.
I heard that they would like their own country here. They would like a state where they can make their own country. Does that sound fair?
No, it's like because I mean that was a like a black communist movement. I think that wanted to do that so that they wanted to establish a black state like the Black Belt South in the South.
Right.
But then that's taking the indigenous people's land. Then black people are oppressing the indigenous people. So black people aren't oppressing the indigenous people now because the black people are in the same boat.
Right.
But then if establishing a state inside the borders of like North America, then that would be taking indigenous people's land. So the homeland of black people is in Africa.
Right.
But then because black people are everywhere in the world, then,
correct.
Each black community has to have their own independent economy. It's like in the in the U.S. or in the Caribbean or wherever black people are, and that will serve the black community. And but it's not a state. It's basically an independent black community. It's like in St. Petersburg, in North St. Louis,
right?
In a city. It's like in those cities are on indigenous land. So it's a bit complicated, but
right.
But so it's like black people can't have a state here because then it will be taking indigenous people's land.
That's true because we actually took some land from Mexico too, right? The Mexicans, right?
Yes, during the Mexican.
That is correct. What, Texas and Arizona?
New Mexico, Arizona, and all of California.
Wow!
Yeah. And then
so is that why Biden's letting them all back in so they can take it back in, or what do you think?
No, it's like because first of all Mexicans or all Mexicans who have like roots, it's like in the Americas,
right?
Then they are indigenous people. So it's like it's like when the U.S. lets like Mexicans in,
right?
That means they're coming in. It's like with it's like obviously it's like they're working. It's like in the U.S., but it's under the U.S. system. So then they'll eventually try to get citizenship.
Right.
They'll try to become Americans.
Right.
And then not actually knowing it's like their indigenous history or their indigenous identity.
Correct.
And then basically it's like migrants, an increase of migrants coming here. It's like whether from Mexico or like Colombia or something.
Right.
It's like will actually serve to suppress the struggles that are already going on
Right.
within the borders of the Americas, because they don't know what's like what the U.S. police state is like yet. It's like,
Right.
so they're new. It's like, and they sort of act as scabs
Right.
during a strike.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And then that's what they've done all the time. It's like, okay, it's like if they're starting to get unrest, it's like with the workers, it's
Right.
like then they bring in migrants. It's like fresh workers. It's like
Right.
they don't know the history here. They don't know
Correct.
what their status is actually.
Right.
In. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
And
I
then-
think they're bringing them in too because in their country they are kind of socialist, so they would like more socialists here to turn us into socialists, right?
Oh no, it's not.
You don't think so?
No, it's not, because they wouldn't. They have sanctions on Venezuela. It's
Okay.
Any country that looks remotely socialist, they have sanctions on. They have.
Wow.
They
I thought
don't
they were
let-
letting everybody in right now.
They let Venezuelans in who have a business or something, but
Interesting.
they won't let Chavistas in, like who support or who believe in the legacy of Hugo Chavez.
Right.
And then they won't let the Sandinistas. They won't let the Nicaraguans who are for Daniel Ortega. It's like,
Interesting. Did not
they're-
know that.
They're very selective. So then that's why you have so many Cubans in Miami. Those
Right.
are the businessmen who wanted to make a lot of money, so they left Cuba. And then the ones
So they want to turn Miami into Cuba, kind of.
into like a capitalist Cuba.
Interesting. You think that'll work? Because Miami's it's too expensive now. You can't even live there.
Yeah, I know. Right?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's out of control.
I've heard people have been priced out, and then
They're living in sheds in the backyards. It's so
Oh,
bad,
wow,
man.
wow.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I've seen some apartments there. It's like, which were not great, but at least they were apartments.
That is true.
I mean, but not that substandard housing. It's like should be called out whenever it is. So it's like
Right.
I heard that there were some housing issues here. It's like with I guess like there was a Vietnamese landlord. It's like, and then I don't know. It's like who the tenants were, if they were white or black.
Right.
But then they were actually he was charging them rent, but he didn't have the water on.
Oh, that's
So
not
it's
good.
basically slumlords. And
Right.
So yeah, it's like, and then the movement has had campaigns. It's like around housing, like to evict the slumlords and things
Right.
like that. Yeah, yeah. And then
It's almost like the world's on fire, right?
the world is on fire, but then it's like the African working class and the indigenous people have the solution. So yeah, it's like, and then that's really the only way forward for white people.
Right.
And then because there's no other force in the world that can it's like that will guarantee the end of the police state and
Right.
and all that. It's like, so it's like it's like if you're it's like there are some like political candidates who it's like I guess they're sort of good for like a short-term solutions.
Right.
But then the parasitic system, it's like eventually it has to come down.
Right.
And then it's sort of like what side will white people be on? It's like when that happens.
Right.
And then because numerically, it's like even in terms of numbers, it's like there's more non-white people than white people.
Yes, that is absolutely true. Very, very true. Very, very true.
Yeah.
Did you know in Europe right now that all the farmers are rising up against their government and they're taking their tractors and spraying shit
Yes,
all
I
over
saw
City
that.
Hall?
I saw that.
Is that beautiful?
Yeah, they were spraying over at the police too.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes, they did.
Yeah,
Now, can we do that here? Right?
I don't advocate for any illegal-
Violence?
for any activity that would be considered illegal under the colonial state.
Right.
But people do what they do, right?
That is true. Do you believe the Second Amendment was for deer hunting or for bad government hunting?
I think it was for several reasons.
I know. You need a gun. This is a joke. Thank you. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
I guess people can't understand.
They don't get it. I know. It's a joke. It's a joke. But yeah, our founding fathers said you need a gun in case your government gets out of control, because you remember what the colonial British did to us. They were going to tax us, take our guns, illegally enter our house.
Yeah.
And what's sad is we have far surpassed what they fought against back then, right?
Well, it's like that was the problem with the American Revolution itself. It's like because that was actually that's why they basically wanted to expand beyond the 13 colonies, and the British they already had their empire in India, so they didn't they didn't want to have bad relations with the indigenous people.
Right.
And then so the American Revolution was about them expanding, and then they took it's like their slaves, and then established the farms and everything, and then the plantations outside of the 13 colonies. So then that was basically the beginnings of Manifest Destiny.
Right.
And then that was just a massive. It's like theft of land. So it's like even it's like the idea of America itself. It's like based on flawed a foundation.
Right.
It was already on a foundation of genocide and exploitation and land theft and all of that. And then so the it's like the so it's like the Americans are implicated in this too.
Right.
Because it's like that's what the American Revolution was about. So it didn't start in it didn't start during slavery. It started during the Mayflower.
Right.
So there was in the 1600s. Yeah.
Right.
And then it's like obviously it's like you can't help it. It's like if you're white, it's like but then you have to understand it's like the history of how it's like the U.S. was formed. It's like and to be to not have any illusions about it. It's like that it was not a good thing.
Right.
That the English colonies went against the government in the Britain, and then started expanding westward. That was a bad thing.
Right.
But the Second Amendment, it's like then that had two different functions. It's like then it was to protect an individual, it's like from the government.
Yes.
It's like, and it was also to attack the black and indigenous people. So then,
damn, that's true. They killed all the buffalo to try to get rid of the Indians, right?
Yes.
That was racist, really racist.
That was the first climate change because it started a little ice age because it messed up with the climate. It's like
wow. So the bison were eating all this stuff to help keep it warmer. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, something like that. It's like and then it just threw the environmental balance out of whack. It's
right.
With all the bison getting killed.
Right.
And then so it's like this. It's like this country was established on bloodshed.
Right.
It's like unfortunately, it's like it's not redeemable.
Right.
It's like so then, it's basically the stance of the Uhuru movement is it's like if there's going to be political candidates that run, they must support reparations.
Right.
It's like there's no point for the black community to support candidates that are not calling for reparations.
Right. And they did support my friend up there, by the way. They did support my friend in Tampa that ran for sheriff, McLinnis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wanted to stop the illegal stuff. Yeah. And isn't that weird? After they supported him, that that's when they raided their office. Is that messed up?
Yeah, no, that's because then that might have given some more. That's right, because like in there's the black community. It's like it has some relationship with police, with local police who will not cooperate with the federal authorities.
Right.
And then and that's where there's like a split in government because then it's like then some local police it's like might want to it's like to keep the black economy from being attacked and the black community from being attacked by the federal authorities. So you say it's like that you had a friend in Tampa and he was running for sheriff.
Right.
And then he was fine with the
yes.
Okay.
And then soon after that, they got raided, man.
Oh, wow.
I wonder if it's because they supported a white guy that was going to make their county free again or what? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's like that.
Because you know that sheriff up there is a fucking asshole, right? I mean, he's a dick.
The one now?
Gutierrez, how do you say his name?
Gutierrez?
Yeah, he's really bad, really dirty.
Yeah.
Did you know his wife is a judge?
Oh, Oh wow, that's
Yeah, so the
dirty.
whole freaking family is dirty, man.
Oh wow, no wonder. I mean, no
Yes.
wonder. Yeah, it's like the chairman and Jesse Neville and Penny Hess got really bad treatment. Like they were put in leg irons.
Wow.
Arraignment. It's like, okay, what is this? 19th century? And,
It is.
I mean, it is the 19th century. But
It is sad.
But yeah, because the federal government does not want the black community to be able to reach out to other groups and to form alliances.
That's correct.
So it's like, and that's why it's like the federal government went into the white community to raid Jesse Neville's house and
Right.
Penny Hess's house, and then because it's like now they know, okay, it's like there's some white people who are against, it's like the federal government and who are against the police state and the colonial state.
Oh, absolute
And
police
then,
state.
yeah, and then so,
Do you like to read books?
yeah, I mean, I read mostly the chairman's books.
Do
but-
you know who the Dershowitz is, the big lawyer?
Oh God.
Well, no, listen. He wrote a book called 3 Felonies a Day, and he wrote the book like just like you're saying. Everything's illegal now, local, state, and federal.
Yeah.
You're breaking the law right now. I'm breaking the law right now. We don't even know it because everything's illegal.
That's probably the one thing I will agree with.
On Dershowitz. Okay, all right. See, there you go. He did one good thing.
One good thing, yeah.
That is correct. Yeah, that's a really good book. It's a long one though. I maybe get it on tape or audio, whatever.
It's like I can agree with like Tucker Carlson, like maybe on Tuesdays.
Right, exactly. Now he interviewed Putin. Was
He
that good or
did.
bad? I know. Does that take balls? They threatened to arrest him for doing that.
I'm sure. Yeah, I think, and they were calling him like a traitor on CNN. And
Yes, they
everything.
did.
Yeah.
Did you hear that Ukraine sent somebody to kill him and Putin arrested the guy?
I heard about that, and I wasn't sure. It's like because I wasn't sure. Because I only heard it from one source. I wasn't
Right.
sure if it had actually happened. But then you heard about it, so.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's on Twitter, man. They were
And
going to
then-
kill him just for going there.
And then I think he's on the kill list, the Ukrainian kill list.
Whoa,
He's
that's
also-
messed up.
The chairman is also on the kill list. He has been there for a while.
So what do you think? That Ukraine really is Nazis then? What do you
Oh
think?
my God! They've
Oh,
been Nazis
okay,
for-
forever. Okay, all right.
Even mainstream media, it's like said that they were Nazis. It's like, and then they retracted it. It's like, oh, they're like they were on like on a terrorist list, and then they took them off the terrorist list. So
Damn.
they knew,
Right.
And they've got like the black sun badge and all that. So I'm trying to see if there's any Nazis.
You need a gun. This is a
No.
joke.
Hey, there will be a law that everybody has a gun.
There is a couple places in America.
There
There
is.
is. And isn't it weird? It's low crime.
With this thing on the southern border,
Yes.
lots of empty mental hospitals in this state that we can use to house those animals in.
Right?
Put those animals in there until we deport them.
Right?
Feed them a little bit. Don't
Right.
Feed them much.
Right.
And so what? They're in internment camps. The
Right.
best idea in the world.
That's what Trump said he's going to do, right?
Yeah, that's what that's why Trump's my man.
See, there you go, right there, man.
Trump is.
Yeah, he's going to solve
rule this
everything,
country-
man.
He will rule this country with an
Right.
iron fist.
Right.
Which is what it needs.
Right? There you go.
We need an iron fist in this country, and we need to kick some ass and start executing.
So Biden does suck, correct?
Oh, he's horrible.
Yeah.
What
Can
has
we
he done?
can we
What
put
has
him on a cross like Jesus? I think that'd be fun. What do you think?
Biden? No, I just want to cut his head off.
Okay, all right, there you go. All right, right
I'm
on.
dead.
Bring the guillotine back.
Absolutely. No, I think
A dull
think
knife?
The British method of public hanging, where they did the long drop, where they snapped your neck,
Damn. Right?
and they had a table, how
Right.
tall and how much you weigh.
Right?
Use that, snap their neck,
And you're done.
make it public.
There you
I
go.
want to see this shit in public. I
See?
want to see, I want a deterrent for people.
Right?
These illegal aliens,
Right?
I want them executed in public.
Right.
So the rest of the illegal aliens can
Know
see
not to
it,
come here.
and they know not to come.
There you go. See, there's the answer, man.
There's your answer.
There you go. All right,
We need
man.
to rule this country with an iron fist.
That's right, or we're screwed.
And if you want to call me a Nazi or whatever,
Right.
oh well, I'm a Nazi.
Okay, there you go. Self-finesse Nazi. You have a good day, man.
Yeah, there's a reason why migrants come here.
Right.
And then it's because Haiti. I'll tell you about the first successful slave rebellion.
Right.
That was in Haiti. It's like
Right.
they kicked out the French. It was it was quite violent.
Right.
They killed a lot of French.
Right.
And then they established. It's like their own state. It's like, and anywhere, any slave in the world can come to Haiti and
Right.
be free. And then so then Napoleon came around and then invaded Haiti. It's like, and then Haiti actually beat the French. So they beat the French, they beat the British, they beat the Spanish.
Damn.
And then, the U.S. Marines came,
Right.
invaded Haiti. It's like stole the gold, stole Haiti's
That's
gold,
dirty.
put it into the banks of New York City.
Right.
And then or was it the stock exchange? They put it in somewhere in New York City.
Right.
And then impoverished the country. It's like put in neo-colonial puppets. And
Right.
it's like that's why so many people from Haiti are coming across the Mexican border to the U.S.
Did you know we installed the puppet in Ukraine? Are you aware of that?
Oh yeah.
He's an idiot. He was a comedian before. Are you
Yes.
serious? How do you go from comedian to run a country, right?
It happens more often than you think.
Right.
Yeah, it's like he looks good on TV. He says what they want.
Right.
And it's like, and he's good at begging.
Right.
He's good at begging the U.S. taxpayers.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
and,
So who's running our country then? The CIA or us?
Let's see. CIA is I would say by now the World Bank probably.
Yeah, that's true.
World Bank.
WHO?
I don't know about WHO, but
Right.
I really don't know.
Right.
I mean, it's like, but I know that the vaccines are very much a money-making.
Oh, big
And
time.
then-
Oh my God,
yeah,
big time.
The WHO movement says that that Africans should make their own vaccines.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like there won't be a lot of migration. It's like from countries that are stable, from
Right.
states that are stable.
Right.
So then the U.S. wants all of this migration to happen.
Right.
It's like to replace the unrest, the workforce that's now in a state of unrest.
That is correct.
And then because then the migrants are desperate. They will take any job. It's like with dirt pay.
Right.
It's like and then.
So we have slavery again.
Yes.
That's
like,
correct.
Yeah. And then so so then if Haiti was stable,
Right.
then there wouldn't be migrants. If Mexico was stable, there wouldn't be migrants.
Right.
And then so what has to happen, it's like the U.S. military has to be withdrawn.
Right.
It's like bases, all 800 bases have to be closed.
Right.
And then it's like the land has to be given
And
back.
stop the colonialism.
Yes, the land has to be given
Right.
back to the indigenous people because then that's where the
Right.
basis for all the like you can't have a police state
Right.
if there's no if the land
If there's
is
no
controlled
slavery.
by the indigenous people. Yeah.
I think they want to interject. So
So
what's that?
saying
What?
that this is sarcastic, right?
There you go. I'm trying to pull the livers out. Sadly, there are some here, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They don't like
Were
guns.
you here last week with the blue pill, red pill?
Oh, I would never do that. Yeah.
Down here last night, there was somebody with a sign down here last night.
I would never do that. I would never do that.
I mistook the one picture. I thought that was a MAGA hat.
Oh, you're the guy.
and I
Yeah,
was
okay,
like-
yeah, you're the
'cause I
guy.
didn't have my glasses on. I was like, wait a
Okay.
minute.
Yeah.
I don't want that piece of.
Did you see that guy that's Wednesday night over there with the laser, the green laser in the parking lot by the boat ramp?
No.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Really?
No,
No, I did. Yeah.
Gee, I wouldn't know anything about that.
Hey, we'll keep doing what.
All right, I'm working on it, man.
Yeah.
This is sarcasm. But you know what's sad though? The police and the sheriff really did tell me you don't need a gun. I'm dead serious.
Oh.
And they literally told me if I defend myself, they will charge me.
They told you that.
On camera
And this is.
Here in this
in Punta Gorda in Charlotte County. I'm
This
dead
is a
serious.
constitutional carry state.
That's correct. Well, that's what you think.
So stand your ground doesn't apply anymore.
Not to Andy.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
But
Yeah.
but stand your ground is the law here, right?
Barely. They will still try to convict you.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. It's all fake.
Did you ask them how long it will take them to get to your house if someone's breaking?
Thank you. You get it,
Because
dude.
they're not gonna be
You
there.
get it. They can't beat a bullet. They ate too many damn donuts, man.
That's right.
Come on. So I know and you know, she knows, we need police, but not a police state. Everybody needs a gun, and it's way safer, isn't it?
Way safer.
Tennessee, everybody's got a gun. There's hardly any crime. Why is that? Because you might get shot.
And why are grade schools the main target of
Right.
shootings?
Right.
Because they're easy targets. Because nobody's carrying in there.
Right. Oh, we got another one.
You got a sign that says
Yes.
F guns.
Yes.
F defending yourself.
Yes.
Police will protect you.
Yeah.
You sound like you are.
Sarcastic. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets it. You guys didn't get it? This is sarcastic, dude.
Well,
They're not going to beat a
kinda
bullet. He
figured-
just said
I
it.
kinda
It is
figured when you're-
sarcasm.
It is sarcasm. I'm pulling out the libs that hate guns, man.
Right. I kind of figured that you probably were because you were, as you were talking, I was overhearing you. You were saying stuff about how there is a lot of like police state kind of stuff.
Well, sadly, it is. We fought for freedom, and now everything's illegal. Our founding fathers are rolling in their grave for what's going on. Look what they did to Trump. Look what they did to January 6ers. Dude, that's not America. That's fucking Nazi Germany.
Yep.
Yeah.
All day. And you saw what they did with Trump with the fine. Are you fucking kidding me? For a business?
Yep.
In the bank literally testified in court that
They didn't do anything wrong.
That is correct.
The bank testified in court that that Trump they didn't think it was fraud. They said we'd like to do business with this guy again.
Correct.
And the judge said, no, I think that you were defrauded.
That is correct. So imagine this. You could be Trump next. Look what they just did to Glenn Beck's reporter. They just arrested Glenn Beck's reporter for doing a story on January 6th. Yes. Dead serious.
I saw this.
Arrested yesterday.
Hey,
That
I
is
already
correct.
went through this.
Right.
I went through this before Trump.
Okay.
My wife ran for township trustee. You know,
Yep.
On a baseball level.
everybody says, get involved in your local politics.
And?
And she ran for trustee. She won.
Right.
They came after her like they did with Trump and me.
Wow.
I spent 15 years in the court system, spent over $300,000, and I still don't have a right to use my property. Wow. I will have to pay taxes on it. I have to insure it.
Oh.
I'm not going to mention,
Right.
but a female judge
Right.
that was appointed by Barack Obama.
Uh-oh.
She stood in front of me.
Uh-oh.
She stood in front of me and look. What do I look like to her?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
So she buried my case.
I
Wow.
heard you asking her
Right.
who's running the country.
Yes.
Obama is. He's going on.
Well, and the CIA. I mean, all these alphabet. I mean, it's disgusting, man.
The three-letter organizations, they're
Yes.
all running everything.
Yeah, it is sad. It is sad.
I think we need to get rid of most of them.
Right.
We don't need the ATF. They
Well,
can go.
what was that country where the guy just took over and he just cut half of the government? Do you
Which
remember?
one? Argentina or
That's
Costa
Trump.
Rica?
One of them, he just cut half the government.
El Salvador.
It was
El
beautiful.
Salvador, that's what it was. Yeah, there's Argentina is the guy you're talking about.
Yeah, with the chainsaw. Who's the guy with the chainsaw?
Argentina.
Yeah, he cut half the government, and they have a balanced budget today.
What is it? El Salvador? It's El
No,
Salvador.
Argentina's
Hey,
inflation
that's
is
what
up.
we need.
It's like 20%.
Is it?
Yeah. So maybe you're talking about
Still
El
better. Well, yeah, one of them. Yeah, but
Now,
Still better.
Isn't Florida mainly conservative though?
no. Oh my, it's not, man.
Really?
Ask me how many you know. Okay, ask me how many times I've been assaulted.
How many times you been assaulted?
10 times. Okay, how many were convicted?
0.
Thank you, right there.
And just from standing on
Yes.
Where you got like
Yes.
hit and punched or something?
Oh, they pepper sprayed me from a moving vehicle, man.
Was that a
Yeah, I have to. All of it was on video, and none of them convicted. That's why I have to do this. Yes. Very, very, very sad.
You know what? Who was that? During January 6th, there was a girl in the Capitol.
Oh, Ashley Babbitt. They shot her, man.
Glass.
Yep. No gun. That's
There was
correct.
a man standing outside that door with an assault rifle. Well, not. I don't want to use this term assault rifle because
Right.
that brings up negative connotations.
That's correct.
But he
A
had,
gun.
He had like what looked to be in the video like an AR style rifle.
Right.
And if it was a military, like, if it was a gun that he was issued by like a military or government
Right.
entity, it could have been fully automatic.
That's
What
correct.
happened if that guy shot through the door and hit him instead?
That's correct.
He opened fire on protesters because I don't know about you, but if I'm standing and there's like a lot of people and they're
Right.
maybe getting a little rowdy and then I
Right.
hear a gunshot, I'm gonna get real nervous. You know?
Right. Well, yeah, a lot of people could start pulling out their gun and shooting. But did you
Right.
see that in the Texas church? It was good. They were all carrying, right? Texas
Yeah,
church,
that guy
boom.
stand up, boom.
Yep, he was dead. Yeah, I guess I released the video. I haven't seen it yet. I guess it's pretty good, man.
I just signed last week that
Right? Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Really? Okay, so you think we do need a gun?
I do.
Yes. This is sarcasm. This is sarcasm. Yes.
Hey, Andy.
Yep.
Did you know that
Hey,
they?
keep doing what you're doing.
All right. Thank you, man. Look for that green laser. It's awesome.
All right. Yeah. I think I did see it.
How can you not see a green
Yeah, I see
laser,
it.
right?
Yeah. No, it was good.
See, you
Okay,
know
what's
how
that?
they assassinated Martin Luther King?
That's correct.
Yeah,
And Malcolm X.
Yeah. It's like so they let the U.S. government it's like I think it was the FBI. It's like they let someone out of prison.
Right.
And then who found it?
Wow.
Yeah. And so.
Don't forget about Kennedy. They got Kennedy
That's
too.
true. That's true. But you wonder, it's like how many of these, like school shootings and
Right.
church shootings
Are fake?
not fake.
You
but
can't say that Alex Jones was fined how much money?
Oh,
Not
almost
fake.
$1 billion? What was it?
A billion.
Not fake. People actually were killed, but
Right.
that the individual shooter, the
Right.
independent or not independent, like the
Thank God for guns.
The shooter- may not
be here.
I know. You need a gun to sarcasm that dude.
the shooter acting on his own.
Sarcasm.
You wonder, it's like if he was like someone like released from prison to do it.
I believe that it could be true. Absolutely. They make a deal. Go out and do this, and
Yeah.
you're out of prison.
And
Exactly.
then- and of course, it's like that never happens because then they commit suicide. Or
That
they get
isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just seems so perfect. It's like why are these shootings? It's like a lot of these shootings just are in areas. It's like that the Democrats they want to control.
Right.
Like then so it's like that the Uvalde shooting.
Right.
And then the Texas shooting.
Right.
And then it's like it's just because how come when Trump was in power, it's like okay, I don't like Trump, but I don't hate Trump.
Right.
So I'm neutral on Trump. So
Right.
neutral on certain things.
He was
But-
better than Biden.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes.
But then there was no. At least I don't remember too many school shootings or like random location shootings
Or the world on fire.
or the world on fire. It's
Right.
just, it's like, don't you think that this is like some kind of protection racket? It's
Right.
Like it's like then it's an excuse to put more police in,
Right.
and then because then they're like, oh yeah, it's like we need help. It's like because
Right.
we're afraid of the shooter.
Right.
And then they put in more police.
Yes, it's an excuse. Yeah, I know.
They did with this-
Sarcasm.
It's sarcasm, man. Don't freak out.
like what they did with this with Parkland, and then suddenly they're wearing like clear backpacks. It's like
Yes, it is
It's like,
sad,
okay,
man.
that is it's like
So they're all doing it all for your safety.
Yeah, yeah.
If you give away your safety, you deserve. How'd they say that? If you give away your safety, you deserve neither, or something like that, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's give us your rights and we'll protect you.
Yes,
we'll protect
and we're
you.
not supposed to do that. The Second Amendment was not for deer hunting; it was for government
Right.
hunting.
Well, yeah.
By the way, your sticker's still on your glasses.
Oh yeah, he
I
likes
keep it that way on purpose so I know what power.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Or I'm
Right.
reading a book.
Right. But I will tell you, the wife said she's going to kill me if I don't get back for lunch, so I actually got to let you guys go. It was good to meet you.
I'll look you up. Andy Sheath, you said?
Yeah, Andrew Sheets, Google me. Yeah, City of Punta Gorda. SHEETS.
Oh, like a bed sheet.
Yeah, like bed sheets. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Or I'm full of sheet, whatever.
Do you have a YouTube or something like that?
Dude, I am shadow banned like Alex Jones
Oh, wow.
online. Do you remember how they made him disappear?
Have you tried Rumble?
Not yet. Yes, I do need to do
watched
that.
Glenn Greenwald on Rumble.
See, there you go. There you go.
Alex Jones. He's Andrew.
Yeah. So, I'm still trying. On Facebook,
No,
Twitter.
Facebook, you get censored. You're in Facebook.
Right.
Yeah,
Facebook's the
Facebook
worst.
jail. That's why I have to have 5 Facebook names because I always go in jail.
Right. So I'm pretty sure that Facebook is a little worse than YouTube when it comes to censoring.
It is.
I don't know. YouTube's really bad right now.
Pretty bad.
Really, really
You
bad.
can get demonetized from it.
Oh yeah, I made money years ago and they took that away and they will never give me money again.
wow.
So, but yeah, the shadow banning is real. I am shadow banned like Alex Jones. But if you Google me, you will see for City of Punta Gorda, it'll come
A
up.
lot of people are going to Substack. What about that?
That's true. Haven't tried that yet. I do got Twitter and I bought the blue check, and guess what? It was going great, and now I'm shadow banned there.
No, that Twitter. Oh god, yeah, Twitter is bad too. But
Right.
yeah, you can get. Yeah, it's like if you have like engagement with like your tweets, it's like
Yeah.
and then like sometimes it's like mine was in the hundreds.
Right.
And it's like and now it's like down to the 20s. It's like, okay. Well,
Yeah, it's really bad. But I will tell you, the wife's going to kill me. The wind is picking up. Good to meet you. Thank you for finally realizing, yes, this is sarcasm, man.
Right.
No.
I'm a little confused because the way you have it printed on
I
there,
know.
usually people that actually have your same beliefs
Yes.
don't
That's correct.
like have something like that. Like you have all these police and like all kitted out.
Yes.
Usually people that are saying the police will protect you
Right.
don't have police guys that are in riot gear.
That's correct.
Exactly.
And,
It's all sarcasm.
In
man.
Tampa, they use tanks against the black community.
Yes,
Tanks.
yes. She was talking about a black group out called the Urus.
Uhuru.
Yeah, they freaking raided their office,
Yeah.
man.
It's like,
Very, very sad.
yeah, it's like if the Uhuru 3 are convicted in September 3rd is the trial. Yeah, September 3rd. Then that's the end of free speech.
Yep.
So then that affects conservatives too, even white conservatives.
Because they'll ban their free speech. That's correct.
Right, but what
Hey, go ahead and chat. I gotta go get the white
yeah,
man.
all right.
what are the charges of being